everything's fine.
Awesome.
I will, take the time. It's 15 minutes, right?
Right. So, yeah, welcome back.
Welcome.
We have Bayar in the seat here.
Hello.
And Annabelle Kers, an illustrator from Berlin, drawing right now. She's going to do portrait. That's why the pose is also set up in portrait mode. It's going to be 15 minutes as the other ones. And what is going to be the prompt?
Yeah,
I mean, we
already talked about it because
yeah.
it's perfect. We have this nice reddish and bluish light, which is almost like a violet or a pink. Mm-hmm. So we said Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Fun,
and
guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
I want to see a lot of moons, half crescent or whatever.
Yes.
Black cats,
Patterns.
long hair.
Yeah. If you can, colors. I mean, colors are always nice.
Moonstone.
Yeah. Maybe
everything.
a weird cat with big eyes. I don't know. I think that's a thing.
I'm down if you're down, honestly.
I'm always down. I'm Australia, so.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so thank you so much for coming today. I mean, it's literally your thing as well.
It's totally fun, yeah?
Wow.
I am sometimes here too.
I just like playing the host.
Yeah,
okay.
it's alright. You know, I'm gonna play the role too. Of the guest, yeah.
You're the interviewer.
Thanks for inviting me, Eileen.
Sure,
Yes.
it's totally my boat.
Yeah, I like to come here sometimes. So.
No, like Bayar has
yeah.
been Drink and Draw like OG member, original.
OG, yeah.
You've been like since the beginning, right?
Yeah, since the beginning with the Julian and the others.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was now it's like 6 or 7 years ago.
Dang, that's really
When
long.
we are started off getting
Yeah.
drunk and going to live drawing classes, and then figuring out, oh man, we can do that shit on ourselves at Julian's place.
Yep.
And then that's
just-
how it started in a way. So
Yeah, and now we're actually on a boat in Berlin, doing it literally every day.
every day, yeah.
Every day.
Actually, that's the good thing about Corona. It kind of forces you to be more active in a way because you have that more regulations. You have certain people that can come to classes, so you're just gonna make it a broader range of workshops and classes. So
Yeah.
it was actually in a way beneficial for us. So yeah.
I mean, it was beneficial in the way that we had to do a lot more planning than usual.
Definitely.
And
yeah.
that's we came up with a lot more different concepts, like the streaming on the Twitch channel, for example.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more comfortable with the online aspect, like we do right now, basically.
Yes.
Figuring out, like we've been today on the boat. So this is pre-recorded.
Yes.
If you have not guessed already,
Don't write us.
we cannot answer your chat messages. But yeah, we've been on the boat since like 6 or 7 hours, like doing the setup and doing all the technical aspects.
Yes.
And I feel like next to illustrating and drawing, that's also something you really like doing. Is that right?
Yeah, I kind of like the. I think that everyone in this whole community is more like a jack of all trades in a way.
Okay.
Because I think it's a thing for the whole art community in general. Because back in, I think I'm not sure because I'm not a professional in a way, but I think back in the days you could just be just focusing on one thing when you do art. But now there's a huge amount of things you can do when it comes to art. So you can't just focus on one thing and then just totally disregard the others. So that's why I have the feeling that all artists nowadays become like these jack of all trades because they are tapping into all these different art forms.
Not only art forms, but also like marketing, basically.
Yes,
with the
and
social media stuff. You just
that's it. Yeah,
you are your own little company if you work freelance, for example.
Yeah, that's true. And there are a lot of cool artists. They're great. They have nice content, but no one knows them because they're very bad at marketing. Maybe they don't have a person who tells them, "Oh, maybe you should be more active in this one. You should do this to get more range." And then there are more artists that maybe just started off, but they have a huge range because they're very good at marketing. And you have to balance it out in a way to get all the ranges and get a very nice, like I said, very nice range of.
Like a balance, basically. I think there is a place, like almost for everybody, because if you're like really not into the marketing aspect, but you're just like really focusing on your art, that means you're gonna get good like in a really short amount of time, maybe if you put like all your work into that, and then you will totally find jobs at like studios or wherever you want to work because you just have all the skills that they need, even though you might be bad at marketing. But there's also a place for the people that are just like really good at marketing and just like you said, basically more jack of all trades. And the art is maybe not their like super most strongest thing yet, or they're from the skill set they're not like quite there yet. But they can still, do their thing and like maybe make a living out of it,
true,
because they have this other qualities additionally, basically. Cool. So we have 10 more minutes for you drawing along. Also for Nabel.
Yeah.
But don't
the pressure is real.
Don't stress. No, it's actually not real.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you're not a professional, but I think you actually are, because you are involved like in all the drink and draw stuff, and we're like a business basically. And you also do your own like personal illustration work, which is like really awesome. I mean, you've just basically saw like a sneak peek of what Bayar is doing. But usually his stuff is like with pencil and like on a big scale, like almost A3, I would say, is your like most comfortable working canvas. And you embellished it with like leaf gold.
Yeah,
like
I work with leaf gold,
Right.
Yeah.
So, and what I think is really interesting about your artwork is like the kind of cultural aspects you put in there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's in a way for me to tap into my roots. Because like I was born here in Berlin. My parents are from Mongolia, and like I was raised like in a very Mongolian, I would say. And I think for me, because I was my whole life in Germany, I went like sometimes to Mongolia for vacation or something. But then like this is for me another thing to just get hold of my roots and say, okay, there's actually more than that, and then I can tap into resources that other people maybe don't have, because I have all these old photos from my grandmother, like even for my parents when they were on vacation when we were children or something.
Okay.
And all these influences of the cultural influences that I can just use for that.
Right.
So I felt like for me it would be a great way to improve my art, because
it's true.
In a way improving art is like seeing other cultures, seeing things you don't know, and just improving your horizon in a way, because like your visual library.
Yeah.
Because that's actually a thing I would recommend to everyone if you want to work on like concepts or design or something. First, like get that visual library, and like it's always easy to say travel or something, but you can even like just go out and meet some friends, museums. There's nowadays it's so easy to get knowledge in this way. So if you have a very nice and very good visual library, you have so many different things you can tap onto.
Yeah, that's
and then when
true.
it's like even when you work with references, it's good to have this base knowledge of things. It's like, oh, okay, I want to draw this guy, or maybe I should. Okay, I think I know how it looks, but then afterwards I'm going to look at the reference or something.
Right,
so
right. I think I mean I've seen you draw multiple times, like countless times basically. And I think it's really interesting because you do work a lot with references, but you're also really good to like fill in the blanks from imagination, and that's something that. Like I think that you like must have trained along the way, because I feel like you're really comfortable at doing both.
I think maybe it's the way because I have that weird ability to remember things I don't need in a way.
Oh, okay.
It's like Lord of the Rings. So I could speak hours about that stuff. Yeah. And then when it comes to mathematics, I'm like, oh wait, what? What was that again? Sorry. But I don't know. It's maybe I was just lucky because I could just remember the stuff easily for me. And
But it's basically like I think the things you remember most easily are the things that you're either really interested in or like subconsciously interested in, I guess, because like it just comes so naturally in a way.
Yeah, it's true.
To just do that.
It's kind of thing when you do something that you really like, and then it's so easy to, or like not easy, but it's much easier to just remember that or just have fun working on that. And that's always the most important aspect for me, to have fun in the things you do.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I still love to do this.
To do what you do.
Because every day is a bit different. Now we're in our ship, and it looks like a studio.
Yep.
Like we're shooting a movie or something. And then we're making this cool little podcast for Wacom, and it's always a lot of fun. And I work with a lot of creative and very talented people that I really like.
Yeah.
And there's always new people to come and say, oh, okay, here today we have so many different artists that I don't know, which are super good. And we have nice workshops, and I meet new people there all the time, and it's
just really cool. Yeah,
could almost say it's my dream jobs in a way.
Damn, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, it's
so when you got into drawing and illustration or whatever, did you see yourself working purely as an illustrator back then, or did you hope for something like this to happen, basically?
Oh, that's a difficult question, because I actually didn't start as a artist in a way, because I only did 3D art is art too, but I only did that in the beginning.
Okay.
and did like the like low poly models for university or like 3D art.
So what did you study at university?
I studied with Julian, so my best buddy sitting over there.
Over there.
Game design at the HTW Berlin, and from there I started off that, and then we went into like live drawing and concept art, and I always did like little concepts for the 3D models, but that's it.
Yep.
And then I grew to love fine art too in a way, and slowly like went into this whole thing, and it just I
kind of happened that way.
Yeah, it kind of happened, yeah. And then I never would have thought that something like that would happen, you know. Having our own company where we just organize drawing events for students, for
companies, for
everything, and it's like,
whatever.
what? It's so crazy, and yeah, it's again this thing where you could just like say, okay, the guys is actually just try to start something.
Yep.
And yeah,
I think it's really interesting. I thought about that today as well. What like the role of the artist is in like society. Okay, that sounds really deep. Give me a second. But like,
all right, let's go meta. Come on.
Yeah, let's go there. I think you're the right person to do that with. But like, because today like creativity is so like honed in by everything, because even when you're in a job where you are supposed to be creative, usually it's like in really strict boundaries. You're like, think outside the box, but give me the result in like 2 hours. So that's kind of like opposing. So where do you see like the artist, or like even Drink and Draw, like what is kind of the purpose or like the role of us, basically?
I think the main purpose of us is not the workshops or like the classes. It's more about this whole community aspect, because that for us the most important thing is to bring artists together. Because I always like, for me the best thing in the university was not like learning about this art stuff. It was nice too, but it was more about the human connections, because you work together in a team, you give each other feedback, and then you grow together, and that's so like, that's in a way bonding. You learn so much, and you have like lasting friendships.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the most important part, human connections.
Yep.
And then with these connections you can grow. And that's why I think that for Drink and Draw, this is the biggest aspect. It's like, okay, we want to bring these people in a platform where they can meet up in classes, and then just chill here after the class, or come to our events and then meet, it's you again, okay, cool, and then let's meet up next time too, and then it's the second, third time, and then they become friends, and then they invite more friends, and they just start to draw together, and then maybe they even start like a company together, or a studio, who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's like the little spark the fire or ember needs. So that's
I always tell the story in these occasions, but that's how Kevin and I got to Drink and Draw.
Yeah,
we literally it's only been like 4 years or something now.
It's crazy.
But we literally knew no one in Berlin, and we just had like this one internet friend of Kevin, and he was like, just go to Drink and Draw and you will find like-minded people. And that's what happened. I mean, in the beginning we didn't really talk to you guys because we were super shy, and you were super cool. So, but like after a while, we just kind of slipped into it, basically. Yeah,
it was great. Yeah, and then we worked on this big project where you were like, okay, we need more artists to work on, because we're working on this huge
like an exhibition kind of,
it
like
was
a
like
street art
project. And then we said, we can ask Aline and Kevin. They're always there at the classes, and they're super friendly, and they have know-how, and then we said, why not, and then we just did it again. And then we're just like, I don't know, it was just perfect, because we are complemented each other in our abilities. And
that's like I feel so too. That's like the main point of Drink and Draw, and like the magic basically that's kind of happening on this boat or wherever we are.
And if you're in a different country or in a different state, do the same thing again. Like, just meet up with friends. And it doesn't have to be like a huge class or something, or like get some costumes together, maybe get some drinks, and then post for each other, make a little event out of it, and then just start to grow it with, even if it's just for fun. I mean, we started like that too, and it's more about that, getting other artists together and do the thing you love, and it's art.
For sure.
And
I really love that. Yeah, so actually that's the last minute that is coming now, especially for you, Navel, and for our watchers to know. But I feel so too. That's like the main vibe, and that's actually kind of what we are trying to do in this stream as well, to like give you watchers kind of like a sneak peek in what it is or what it would be like to be at our sessions, because it's usually like super casual. We have a model, either like completely naked, like a life drawing model, or like with cool costumes, and people just are around drawing, doing their thing, but also like socializing afterwards and getting to know each other if the time is right, basically.
Yes. If you're in Berlin, come visit us.
Yeah, if you're in Berlin.
Yeah, we could become best friends too.
Jesus.
I mean, come on, man.
I mean, yeah. Pretty sure.
Craving for human connection.
Let's do it. All right. I think that is it for this post. Thank you so much, Tsuki. And thank you, Bayar, for talking to me.
Thanks for inviting me again, Aline.
Anytime, honey. Cool.